We're live. We are only 2 minutes late. So how about that?
Yeah.
This
That's the first.
is the on time. This is the no fucking around crew here.
Yeah.
You know, everybody have a good Christmas. Did they have a wonderful time? All of you guys? Dirk, I know, had an awesome time. Gizmo, what did you do up there in the fucking north in the Arctic?
I actually been alone all Christmas because my girlfriend went to the cabin with her parents, and I got away from that.
Yeah, lucky. That's a nice
Seen
break,
movies
man.
and drink soda. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
No spike in the eggnog, huh?
I don't know what that means, but I will say no.
It means where you pour alcohol in the like a common drink, like a punch bowl or something, full of eggnog. You would just pour alcohol in it.
Yeah, I
gets
already
drunk.
told Dirk I don't drink anymore. So.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the sober crew here.
Oh yeah. 100%. Gotta be.
It was like a Christmas story at Anthony's house. You know, the family put the leg up in the window and everything.
Yeah.
It was good. It was an okay Christmas. Went over to my grandparents' house. You know, brought like basically the entire dinner. Like my parents and I literally brought ham and deviled eggs and all that. You know, because my grandparents are 90 years old. You know, so they can't cook or do any of that stuff. Anyway. So we do. You know, we make the food and then we bring it to them, and then we hang out there for a few hours and then that's about it. You know, we just have dinner, chill out, and open a few gifts here and there, and that's about it. It was pretty nice, How about you, Brad?
I had an interesting Christmas. Let's just put it that way.
Did you go see your sister?
I went and saw my sister and some other people, and it was an odyssey. It all culminated with I coming home to find lay down in bed and then find that I got a live bat flying around the house.
Oh.
So that's still in the house.
Yeah,
so, did it come in through the chimney?
I have no fucking idea how it got in here. But it's hibernating 25 feet above me right now. So
it's
either go up there and fucking house? Get it or leave it there until it wakes up in the spring.
Yeah.
So
can you see it right? Can you see it right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! You better be careful. Those things carry rabies and all sorts.
Oh my God! I'm gonna be. Listen, this is you guys are all a bunch of bitches. It's a goddamn bat the size of a fist versus a grown man. I mean, what's it gonna do? It's gonna land on me and
on your face,
dude,
try and maul me.
Rabies is literally like the real world version of a zombie apocalypse. Like being bit by something that's rabid literally turns you into a zombie.
I do know that if you get bit by a bat, you got to get like 100 shots or something.
You do, and they're painful as fuck.
Some crazy shit like that. But other than that, you should be fine.
Yeah, a rabid bat that came into a big cabin and then hung itself in a quiet corner. Totally rabid. He's either hibernating or he's laid out a well thought out plan to murder me in my sleep.
Or
is he foaming at the mouth?
Or he's a vampire.
Could be a vampire. He hasn't moved in 3 days or so. So
maybe he'll be your new pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I start to understand what you're trying to do now, Brad. You're trying to make us pick the Batman as the next movie.
Right. I'm trying to be the next Batman. I'm trying to write the next Batman.
The
Why not me? We had an effeminate little boy one. Why not a big fat guy? Let's just get it all. Let's cross all our boundaries here.
I like it.
Well, let's see who's in the chat before we get going into this. Holland says, Bubby. Apparently, he watched the movie.
Yeah, he did. He said so.
Papa likes the tits.
Tony says, "What's up? What's going on, Tony?"
Hey,
Tony does not own this title. Probably a good thing.
Fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not a collector, Tony.
Yeah.
You'll love it, Tony. It's like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. I would not recommend you pick this up.
It's kind of like Forrest Gump. in a way.
I think it's the Australian Forrest Gump. I really do.
Yeah,
Flying
Drop
Rat
Dead
Effect?
Fred ain't got
Sure.
shit on this.
Bubby wouldn't have put up with Jenny's shit for 1 second.
Yeah.
Would you guys argue that this is better than Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
No, I would not make that argument at
Yeah,
all. I
it's
would
better.
say this is a guy who hates Tom Hanks, so
Yeah.
I would not say that at all. Not even close. It's a rat with wings. Yeah. No, they.
It's hard to separate, actions of someone versus what they can actually do. Sometimes he's one of them fucking guys. I can't do it. I can't separate shit. So, but anyway, we're talking about this movie, so we're not gonna talk about that shit.
You don't want to talk about Tom Hanks?
I mean, we can if y'all really want to. But.
Somehow this will all circle around to some.
It'll
cult
all
stuff.
end up being about Tom Hanks. It always is.
It'll circle around to some cult stuff.
Holland says, "Don't eat it, Brad. Could get
Heineken
virus."
Heineken. It's beer.
Tony saying hi to everybody.
Hey, Tony, what's going on, man?
What's up, Tony?
We got a chat blowing up.
lively chat tonight. But this is the abomination we're talking about. Bad Boy Bubby. This is the Umbrella Beyond Genres release.
That's actually a pretty nice looking release.
Yeah, these Umbrella tires, they're nice, man. They're solid.
You know what he looks like on that cover? Fucking Carrot Top.
Yeah, he does look like Carrot Top on the cover.
You never want to be compared to Carrot Top.
Mine's still sealed.
That's a bad choice by the artist.
Yeah.
It's still
yeah, it's got look at that inside. Wow. It's a
Sexy
fancy
flow.
release. Yeah.
Flow's sexy.
Yeah. Good God.
I keep waiting for that bat to just fly down in front of Brad's camera.
It's not going to move. You're going to be waiting till spring.
I keep waiting for it to happen just out of nowhere.
I ran a shop vac in here.
Yeah.
I had I got this little kindling thing. I was literally chopping up kindling in here real loud, hammering shit. It's dead to the world up there. So it's either my thoughts are leave it up till spring, which is fine. It'll want to get out then. It's just going to sit up there on pause. It's not going to be pissing and shitting all over the place. It's just going to sit there. Or I get the shop vac and some extensions and just suck it into the thing and then take the whole thing outside and let it go. But, it's 20-some feet in the air.
Pop that.
Yeah, inside the house. That's just what I want to do. The house I'm getting ready to sell. Let's just put a bunch of fucking holes in the walls. Or let's get bat blood 25 fucking feet in the air, all over the walls.
Hey, at least you haven't painted yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say that way. I hope to sell this house with the bat still in it.
That's a good. Yeah, I can see that.
That's the plan. So I never have to. I don't have to deal with it.
The bat.
Or I can get one of my neighbors. Alan suggested this. Just get one of your neighbors. They probably eat this shit down here.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know if anybody
picking it out of the tree. It's like getting fruit out of a tree.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah.
Look at Tony's asking. See what Tony's asking?
No. Come on. Why is the film over $107? Is it that good? No, it is not that good. And
it is.
You can get this Beyond Genres umbrella release from, I believe, Orbit for $20 plus shipping. So I'd sell you this one if you wanted it, but I've already sold it to Dirk. So
I don't think it's out of print either, but maybe the slip cover is gone.
I know. I did look it up though. There's some crazy prices for that damn thing, but there's different releases of it. It's not that umbrella release. It's a like a blue cover, and it says all he needs is love or some shit on there. I was like, what the?
Well, see that bee right there? if it would focus. This
Region
says
B?
Region B,
Okay.
but it's all region.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like if it's Region A or all region and it says it on the package, they go for a lot more money. But the
Yeah, I
Region
noticed
B
that.
ones, they don't.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
though that plays all region.
That's a weird thing too, because some Arrow that I get from the UK
Yeah.
will play on Region A player. I don't know.
If they have the license in America, even though
Yeah.
it says Region B, it'll still be all regions, same disc.
Right.
So this is a movie. It's 1993.
Yep.
Directed by Rolf de Heer. Sure,
Yeah.
saying that wrong. It's shot in the Adelaide area of Australia. I believe that is what, South Australia? I'm not exactly sure what part of the country that is. I believe there's 2 coasts and then a wasteland in the middle.
We need
But-
Jace. We need to ask Jace.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason today.
Where all the kangaroos and dingoes are.
Yeah, this is like a city, like a shipping part of it, I guess. I'm not exactly positive.
Yeah,
You
this
think it'd be
looks
on the
like
north end.
this looks like it takes place like Racerhead. You know, it looks like that same kind of place. You know.
Another Lynch type thing.
That's what it looks like. Oh, industrial fucking. Anyway, continue, man. I'm gonna stop interrupting.
He's very excited. Zerk is very excited about this movie, and I didn't like. Just like me, I started watching it, and I'm going, Gizmo, you shouldn't be allowed around people. And then Dirk starts watching, and he goes, "What the fuck is this? I don't think I'm even gonna finish it. This is fucking retarded. I can't even watch this." And then it's like, you know what, man? You getting rid of that copy of yours? I kind of liked it. So
It kind of grows on you a little bit.
yeah, like venereal disease. But the movie it opens on this shitty apartment with a mother in her 50s shaving her, I would guess, 35-year-old son. He clearly looks like he's got some developmental issues. Then she's bathing him as he's standing up in this like trough.
Yeah.
Then feeding him. It's clear right from the beginning. He's never left the apartment. He spends his days torturing his pet cat, catching roaches, playing with the remains of the roaches.
Yeah, like
and then his night
pulling
he
their
spends.
fucking legs off, and you know.
Yeah, he's putting their legs in different orders and just doing weird shit with it, like making like the collector like stuff.
Fucking toys, man. He never had no toys, you know.
Yeah, those are his toys: the fucking cat that he tortures and the roaches. And then at night he spends pleasuring his mother.
Yeah, good little Bubby.
Yeah, she's like petting him. It's disgusting. And
That's a
graphic.
good ending for a story, Brad.
Yeah, that's the whole story. It should be the whole. I wish it was the whole story. I thought it was going to be like when I'm watching it. I like at the first part. I'm like, well, this is like Room. Has anybody ever seen Room?
Yeah.
I know.
I thought it was like that. I thought it was all going to take place
lucky.
in there, you know, kind of thing. And
A big different, way different though, because it's, you know, he could whoop her ass, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's
he
more like
wants to stay. He wants to stay there, but I mean, I just thought it was going to be all one location, that kind of thing, you know, and like their relationship inside there. But that's not what happens. But the next morning, Bubby dresses up like his mother, and it pretends the cat is him. He has the cat tied to a chair, and he's beating it. Basically, get the idea that his mother has told him that there's poison gas outside their apartment and they live in, has no windows, and he can never leave. She says, if the gas won't get you, God will.
Yeah.
And there's a big picture of Jesus on the wall.
There's
Bubby
a crucifix. It's kind of crazy because you notice that crucifix of Jesus, it don't have a head.
No, I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice that? It don't have a
No,
head.
I didn't. I have not caught the finer details of this movie at all. I watched it twice, and I was just like, "Can we get this over with so I can get something to eat?" Like you don't even want to drink when you're watching this movie. It's so fucking filthy.
I'm watching it, and she tells him, you know, Jesus is watching you, and he'll let me know everything you do. But Jesus, the crucifix don't even have a head on the, you know, it's kind of crazy. But and he's looking at it too. He believes that she is like, you know, whatever she says, man, it's carved in stone. He believes all that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
And if somebody hasn't seen the movie and they see this stream before that, then we should tell them also that the entire fucking film is so dirty. Everything is like, it looks like the apartment from the fat guy who have eaten himself to death in 7.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
Really shady.
Really.
Yeah. If you don't want it to be ruined, you know, you can watch this on Tubi, you know, and then come back and watch the stream.
Yeah, it's on Tubi. Definitely check it out if you haven't
Just so
seen
you
it.
know, the fat guy that died in 7, that look and that aesthetic, that's basically just all in New York City.
Yeah.
That's just New York City.
Yeah. I've bought buildings with tenants like that just never leave their house at all. It gets ordered and delivered, and they're on different sorts of care, you know, get a check every month and all that stuff. It's a mess. But so he seems to be beginning to question his mother now that they have a cat from the outside. His mother tells him the cat doesn't need to breathe. That's how they can live outside.
Yeah.
And this confuses Bubby, who's easily confused, let's put it that way. And this is where the movie gets weird. Up to now, it's been pretty normal, even with the mom fucking and all that weird shit he was doing, dressing like his mom. Bubby now has the cat completely wrapped in plastic wrap, all but its head.
Wrap. Yeah.
Yeah, he calls it cling wrap, but it's what it is, plastic wrap. And it's all but its head, and it's a real cat, and it's just sitting there looking around, and its whole body is wrapped up in plastic.
This cat is fucking a feral cat though. It's you know, it's fucking wild. It's not like a regular cat. You know what I mean?
How they got a cat to and wrapped it up like that, I'll never know. That seems like an impossible task, but they did it. So
well, actually,
it's
interesting because it says here, you know, I have some fun facts. The feral cat killed in the movie was killed humanely by a vet and not suffocated as depicted in the movie. The same cat was used both when it was alive and after it had been put to sleep. The kitten depicted to be killed later in the movie was not feral and was not really killed. It was only sedated.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Does anyone believe
that cat?
Raise your hand.
Wrapped it in plastic.
Raise your hand if you believe that it was only sedated and not killed in real life.
I raised my hand because we do that all the time.
I believe the kitten. It wasn't the cat. The kitten wasn't feral. They got a big problem over there in Australia with these feral cats, from what I understand. Like they're taking out species of animals or some shit.
Yeah.
If sedated in Australia means killed, then yes.
They put it in a cage, and then they put that cage underwater.
Right. And it was sedated.
And that was sedated. Totally sedated.
It was only just sedated. All right.
So,
but can you imagine the people that flip their shit over that? You know?
Oh, I'm sure people hate this movie because of that.
Oh yeah,
that cat.
Right.
Yeah. I read about it online. It's so weird. Everything that's going on in the film, and that's what people react on.
Yeah, 2 people are killed.
Yeah, he plastic. Oh, we're getting to that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the roach that Bubby ate was real.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
He did a Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage did that shit too back in with that Vampire's Kiss movie.
But nobody cares about bugs, so that's
bugs. They're gross,
especially a roach. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Then he experiments with once the cat is wrapped, all but its head. He experiments with plastic wrap on his own face. Then he decides to try it on the cat because, well, the cat doesn't need to breathe, according to his mother, so there won't be any issues, he thinks. Of course, he kills the cat, and that sets the whole story in motion once the cat is dead.
And she smothered his ass, too. She showed him what it was like not to breathe.
He said, "This is what it's like not to breathe."
Good
She's just a mean bitch. I mean, smacks the shit out of him. He's sitting there pissing on himself in a chair.
Yeah, that's later.
That's when you see the Jesus without a head.
Oh yeah, I skipped a little bit of that part, but Hall and Oates, we're Americans. What's geography exactly? I mean, Australia, it's a 20-hour flight. None of us are going there. Hall and Oates, I took notes on the first act. He's doing experiments. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the first act is like, man, it just sets
It's
it
really
up.
dark. Really fucking dark.
Yeah. It gets a little bit lighter towards the second and third act, but that first act
just like Forrest Gump, man. At the beginning, his legs, he's all fucked up, and he becomes a hero at all.
Yeah.
Eventually it becomes a different story.
You have to have that first act though to make the film what it is. You have to have that first act. So.
Yeah, just show where he came from. I mean, he came from some pretty heinous shit.
Yep.
Hall and Oates says the cat was only killed in the movie, so it only died in the movie. That's not real. Hall and Oates, you guys don't eat bugs, yeah. So I did skip a part before he wraps the cat and all that stuff. His mother explains to him the poisons, all that stuff is outside, but his mother leaves him for something, assumingly to go to work. I don't know what, but she leaves him there all day. And she tells him not to move, to stay in the chair he's in. And Jesus can see you if you move. And if you move, I'll beat you brainless. She puts on a gas mask and leaves. Bubby stays behind, she leaves him in that chair. He shits, pisses, soils himself right there in the chair. The mother comes back home that night, furious about the mess. She cleans him up and then has sex with him again. That was before he, did the stuff with the cat.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the cat's dead, Bubby's father comes back into the picture, dressed as a preacher. For the first time, he meets his son. Again, 35 years old, something like that. I don't think it really ever says it, but
what?
How old Bubby is?
35.
So 35, yeah.
Yeah.
His father tells him to call him Pop, but not to make a big thing about it.
Yeah, because he keeps going pop, 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 pop,
yeah.
pop.
Yeah. It's like Bubby, it's like he's learning words for the first time. So any phrase he hears, he repeats it throughout his whole. That's his new vocabulary, the new phrases he hears.
That's the only way he's had to learn. Like, he just mimics everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like his memorization is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Well, he is intelligent. He's got a degree of intelligence. You notice that later. But
yeah, he's special.
Yeah. he's like an autistic Frankenstein.
He's like Forrest Gump.
He's like Forrest Gump. Those two would be buddies. They'd be fast friends. So
run, Bubba, run.
The father explains to the mother that if he's a homosexual, he'll disown him.
Yeah.
And then demands booze. And you
what
just
do they call
tell
it?
the guy is like, what?
Do they call it a poofter or some shit?
A poofed or something? I don't remember, but they keep going on. He keeps going on and on about it. He's like, he's not gay, is he? And she's like, no, he's not gay.
Yeah, no, she knows for a fact he's not.
She knows damn well he's not gay. But he can tell this guy is like at the end of his rope, and he's like, needs a place to stay. It's like, where can he go? And he ends up back at this apartment.
He just sweet talks her, He's a big time player,
Yeah, he's a big time player.
Yeah,
sweet talks the fucking hag, basically. Bubby again.
See it just how you dress.
Yeah, it's disgusting. The whole fucking thing is disgusting. The father ends up back with the mother. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Bubby again tests his father's capacity to breathe. like covering his mouth and stuff. He's like, he came from the outside. He's like, well, how did he get here? Does he not breathe too? So he covers his mouth.
Yeah, he's
and
trying
the
to
father
figure
goes,
shit
what
out.
the hell are you doing? And the mother explains to the father that he doesn't think you can breathe because you were outside. And the guy, he's basically like, and that's supposed to make sense to me that you, it was like he was trying to smother me. And, she says he doesn't have a father, so he doesn't know how the world works.
Yeah. His father was
Sure.
never here for him.
Yeah, sure. Again, this all confuses Bubby. He shouldn't be able to breathe because he was outside, according to his mother. Now Bubby dresses like his father and comes on to his mother, in fact, dressed as his father, like he usually does. And his mother's like kind of into it, but the father kind of walks in on him, and the mother,
she don't
screams
want him
like
to see that. Yeah,
she don't want him to see that, kind of screams like he's assaulting him. And they throw him outside with the gas mask and make him sleep outside.
Call him all kind of cunts and
they call him all kinds of shit, and then trash bag shit. So Bubby wakes up in the morning and trashes the apartment. Furious, they leave and they go out drinking, and he's trashing the apartment, and he waits for him to come back. They come home.
Did you get that from that though? Like he's wearing he's still wearing that gas mask, right? And he sees their asses walk off without the gas mask on.
Yeah.
And then he fucking trashes the apartment. So
I got like it was like their whole life was a lie, and he's starting to he realizes that.
Yeah.
And they come home drunk and crazy. They find the mess. They're fighting with him. They're fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a completely trashy affair. Bubby yells at them, "You be still!" And it seems he only knows these recent phrases. Again, it's a little weird. Bubby waits for them to pass out and wraps their head in plastic wrap, killing them both. Mm-hmm. Bubby lays there with his dead parents and the dead cat, all in plastic wrap, practicing the new phrases he had heard earlier. So, yeah, and Gizmo's just going, sure. That's exactly how this works.
That's what I'm doing afterwards.
Yeah. Jimmy Rizzo. I don't know who this is. I'm not familiar with this guy, but
hey, Jimmy.
Glad to have you on the stream.
One little fun fact I can say, because I wrote just one thing down on my paper today, and that's we are now out 18 minutes out in the film, and we have already told about 3 different films here. That's so much story it is in this one.
There's a ton of stories. Like I said, it's just like Forrest Gump. It's a lot there's a lot in here, and he hasn't even left the apartment yet.
Yeah.
Hollow Notes, Dirk, did you write down these sweet talk lines? Can you share it with us?
No, I didn't write those down, but
yeah, thank God.
I'll try to remember some of them.
Dirk, you can be the mother, and Brad could be the father.
Yeah,
I can be Bobby.
Yeah,
Anthony, you're the cat. Yeah.
It's just a slimy fucking mess of a movie. So now they're dead. Bubby leaves the apartment for the first time. He tries to leave, and he runs back in after like some guys driving by scream at him, call him like gay slurs and stuff. But he eventually leaves the apartment. He runs around town all through the night till he comes to a group of shipyard workers caroling. I guess they work for the Salvation Army, and then they carol, and then they take donations. But they're in the middle of a fucking shipyard, which seems weird in the middle of the night. It felt like a lynch type thing to me. Yeah. They take him for pizza and beer, and they pay with their donations. Bubby tries pizza for the first time, becomes obsessed with it. A chick, for some reason, brings home Bubby, shaves him, and then fucks him as she sings to Jesus while she's fucking him.
Yeah, she's with the Salvation Army and
Yeah.
the choir.
That's
He
what
just
they
comes
do.
up and
Where I
feels
gotta
on-
find
he
these
just comes
broads.
up and feels on her titty, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, come on with me,"
That's how it works. You just
Yeah.
run up and sexually assault a woman, then she
Yeah,
takes
he's
him
just
home.
like a sexual
It
magnet.
almost made me want to join a church. It almost
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Or have sex with your mother.
Yes. Both things.
No, I can't. No.
We can't go there.
Bubby says, "Christ, kid, you're a weirdo." To her, as she sings.
Christ, kid, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, something his father said to him earlier.
You're a weirdo. Your fucking shit's hilarious, man. I was fucking laughing my ass off.
It's the best comedy. It's so good.
And it's listed as a comedy.
It is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Next day, Bubby wanders the streets until eventually he's picked up by a band drinking and singing on their way home. Bubby finds a paper with his dead parents on the front page, and he says, it's him. He's the cling wrap killer. And there's a $50K reward for the killer. The band discovers the dead cat in his suitcase. Obviously, they understand that Bubby did these murders, and they send him out for honey. I don't know what, like, this is a serial killer here.
They sent him out for what?
They sent him out for honey.
No, they sent him out to go get some money.
I thought they said honey.
No, I think they said money. Yeah, they said go get some money.
They go get some money, so he went and got some damn money.
I don't speak Australian.
Yeah, they said go get some money, and then it was kind of a joke because you're like, oh yeah, like he's gonna be able to get money.
Be able to do something, and he goes.
Right.
Yeah, he does go get money. So I don't know. I thought either that or my subtitles were fucked up and read honey.
Brad, are you sure you were sober when you were watching this?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, Brad's always sober.
Yeah, unfortunately. Bubby takes his dead cat to a convenience store and robs it. Then he wanders the streets till he finds a woman playing a violin in a dark warehouse in the middle of the night. Again, felt like some kind of Lynch thing, which no explanation, no point. She's in this warehouse by herself. It's completely dark.
Oh, yeah.
She's playing the violin.
Yeah, he comes up looking like, he's about to bust a nut on himself.
Yeah, he's very, very excited by it.
Yeah. So he loves music.
Yeah. So
he's never heard this shit before. You gotta think, he's been in this fucking apartment 35 years. He never fucking experienced shit. You know what I mean? And everything's coming at him at one time.
Yeah. So
he's like a kid.
After that, it cuts to Bubby finding his way back to the band somehow. He gives them the money he stole. The band writes songs about Bubby, and then they drop him off at this art gallery where the guy lets him stay, gets him some new clothes, and then takes him to a nice restaurant.
Yeah, I didn't understand that shit, though. That was kind of weird. Was that like supposed to be like their manager?
The owner of the gallery, I guess.
But
it doesn't have to make sense. It's Australian.
I guess they were just good friends with the guy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're all. They're all artists.
It seems like it was a pretty small town, because the rock band was having this concert, no one was coming. He meet all the people, no one are afraid. It's almost like being at my hometown, not with the fucking mother and stuff like that, but the rest.
Sure.
It's all coming together. Yeah. It's all coming together right now. So much.
You can't even see the amount of dead cats that are in Gizmo's house right now. You have no
I love animals, so I don't have that.
Fucking saran wrap.
He loves dogs. Don't let him fool you.
Saran wrap everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's people. Like I said, man, they tripped the fuck out on this about the cats and shit, and it's like, what are you gonna do? They don't give a fuck about people dead.
I mean, it's a lot cheaper to kill a real cat. It's a lot cheaper to kill a real cat than to make a fake cat.
Right.
I can explain this pretty easy. I worked with animals for over 15 years, and what we did back up till 2011 was that we used dead animals in every film. And after 2011, we had to start using prop animals. But still, we are looking for dead animals today because it's really hard to build up a fake animal.
But isn't a stuffed animal still a fucking dead animal? You know, I don't understand the logic in that shit. But whatever.
No, when they do, like if we are going to film a dead wolf or a dead deer, dead deer is easy to find, but a dead wolf is hard, right? So then we find the skin of a wolf and we make a prop maker to make a wolf stuff a fake wolf,
like a taxidermist would do.
Yeah, almost, but we don't use like all of the skin and stuff. That's built up.
So did they cancel taxidermists altogether? That's what I'm getting at. Like,
in Psycho, the issue with this movie is that cat was alive and they killed it for the movie, not that
they have done that.
They were going to have to kill it anyway because it was
and they have done that in thousands of American films as well. It's just that if you break down every film you have an animal in that's dead before 1999 or something like that, I believe you can find a lot of American films as well. They did that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, look at Poltergeist. There's real fucking dead corpses in fucking Poltergeist.
Yeah. Again, it's not the same thing.
It's people, right?
They didn't kill those people. They didn't kill those people for that scene. Is the person's issue with it? They're like the people that complain about this. It's like that cat was alive. They tortured the cat and then they killed the cat for the movie. They should have killed it with I don't know, kill it. It should have been off screen and not for anyone's amusement, kind of thing.
It's Tobe Hooper, so maybe he did kill those people and throw them.
Tobe Hooper, you'd have to have the energy. It takes a lot of energy to commit murder. Tobe Hooper is just not capable of that.
Yeah,
you've ever seen him talk.
Yeah, he's smoking joints and
he is so fucking zonked out on drugs all the time. Well, he's dead now, but when he was, it's just like he can barely even talk. He's so high.
Yeah, it's great, man. We're all sober. Sober is like the new high.
Sober, it's a new cool thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? That sober thing is the funny thing. Like you say sober, it's just like, well, I just don't drink to excess. I don't do drugs at all. But I'm not sober. Like I'm not in recovery or something, like, I don't want to denigrate anybody's actual struggles. Like Craig is a guy I know. Everybody knows Craig. Craig's one of those sober guys. He had a drinking problem when he was young, and then he stopped drinking. And he'll say, like, I've been sober for 15 years. I'm like, God damn, how old are you, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I hear sober, to me, it's like you hit rock bottom and you put your life back together. Not that you went and had a few binges and then went, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, like sobriety, it's challenging. It's not like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's more like you have to make a change. But so I'm not a sober person. I just don't drink a whole lot, if ever, and I've never ever even thought about doing drugs. So I'm not. Some people that we know are in recovery. So I don't want to be like, I don't want to denigrate their fucking actual real struggles.
Yeah,
I would just say
I'm sober, and I can't touch the shit. So, but I like being sober. So I'm good. Like I said, it's the new high.
Yeah. A lot of people wish Dirk would start drinking again.
No,
there'd be a lot more. The deer population in Louisiana would be a lot higher if Dirk was still drinking.
Yeah.
I would just say what really bugs me about all this animal talk, and I will do an example from Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
Because in Cannibal Holocaust, they killed a turtle. And that turtle would probably most likely been killed anyway, because that was the way they slaughtered animals and killed them.
The tribe people ate it anyway.
Yeah.
You mean the turtle or the pig?
So, but for me, I always get in this discussion since I work so much with animals. What really bugs me with animals in films is when they don't have a trainee on set, because it's worse to actually have, like, if we are going to kill a dog in a film, and we're going to see that dog alive first, the normal thing to do is to call around, find out who has an animal that's going to get killed now. You know what I mean? Like, who is an old animal or a sick animal or something like that. And then that person got to choose: is it right to show the animal in the film? But I don't understand the audience why they react like that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't. It's out of context. They don't know that feral cat was going to be killed regardless. Like it was probably scheduled for execution at the, the pound anyway, and they just went, well, we want to use it on screen for a few minutes, feed it real good, and then bring it back to the gas, and then we're going to use its dead body again.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I watched some old shit, black and white shit, where they show real shit, like slaughterhouses and shit on film, and they show all that shit, and it's all fucking real. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, the only animal movie I ever been against, and that's a TV series also, that's Flipper, because the dolphins they used in the Flipper was afterwards that killed a lot of dolphins by using them, because the head of the dolphin got fucked up, so they started taking the other dolphin far out on the seas and in different places, and they never came back again. So it fucked up a whole, like, how you say, like a race or something from the dolphins, and it was broadly known.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, Flipper is the worst ever.
The worst ever is Milo and Otis. You ever heard the stories of Milo and Otis where they went through like 45 cats in that movie, and however many dogs and all the birds that they killed? Milo and Otis is a pet movie.
That's the children's movie.
Yeah, it's a children's movie. It's dark, man. Like I said, 40-something cats. I don't know how many birds it was. Dogs they killed, that died. They throw a fucking cat off a cliff in that. Literally, and it's on film. They throw it off a fucking cliff. And, they pretend that it survived. but it didn't. No.
That was a stunt cat. It was a stunt cat.
They go like, oh, we didn't get it right. We didn't get it right. We got to do another take.
Yeah, they just kept throwing cats until they got it right, until it fell right.
The cat tucked and rolled when he got to the bottom.
That's a British movie, I think.
Yeah, but think about the Pig, the Babe movie, where they stuffed like a ball inside the mouth of all the animals, so they were going like.
Yeah.
That's animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the George Miller made that. That makes perfect
sense.
sense.
Yeah, the sequel Mad Max made.
Yeah, he did human cruelty in the Mad Max movies, so it didn't matter. Not a big deal. It all worked. Hall Note says one highlight for me was when Bubby runs by a chick getting robbed by two guys. One of them is wheelchair bound. Yeah. I couldn't put all of this stuff in here because it would be 6 hours.
That was a true story though, from the director. He saw that shit going down, and while he was writing this movie, he saw that fucking robbery go down. A motherfucker in a wheelchair stole his bitch's purse. I was like, you can't make that shit up. Right.
And again, another connection to Forrest Gump. Holland says a wheelchair also appears in Forrest Gump. Yeah. So again,
there were cars in the Forrest Gump also.
Yeah, they might have.
It's uncanny.
And people.
No shit, they fucking ripped off Bubby. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Zemeckis did.
I know they didn't make that Forrest Gump money.
No, definitely not.
They need to pay them.
That's Tom Hanks for you. That's Tom Hanks for you right there.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks brings the checks. And then him and the Illuminati, they all get together and decide who's going to make the money.
No, Pizzagate. He's in Pizzagate.
He's in Pizzagate. It's just different.
But Forrest Gump has a much sadder ending than this one, actually.
Yeah.
She's a cheating whore, and yeah.
No, I actually like the ending of Forrest Gump. That fucking whore gets what she deserves.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She's a cheating whore.
Doesn't that mean that the kid also has AIDS in Forrest Gump too, though?
Yeah.
The kid's got to have AIDS,
possible.
Right?
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't think it's definite.
That movie's depressing as shit. Forrest Gump's
I don't think it's definite that the kid has AIDS, but
So, Anthony, what you're saying is that Bad Boy Bubby is actually a sequel to Forrest Gump.
No.
Yeah. Well, no. Forrest Gump is a sequel to Bad Boy Bubby.
Yeah, I know, but
Forrest
maybe
Gump
it's
is a remake. Forrest Gump is a reimagining of Bad Boy Bubby.
Right. It's the American version.
Yeah, the American version.
You're giving Forrest Gump too much credit.
I know Alan and Johnny watched this movie recently, and they were both fucking hammered. They both tied one on, and they both didn't like it. Still,
Really?
you blackout drunk.
Yeah.
They still didn't
Golly.
like it. So,
Damn. I wouldn't have thought that. I thought one out of them two would have liked this.
Johnny, I would have guessed, would have liked it, but Johnny,
Me too. I would have
once
said
in a while, like Johnny didn't like Thriller at all.
No.
And there was he was so excited to see that. It was like a little kid at Christmas getting
I was
socks.
surprised.
Toys.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
We were all watching at the same time, and Johnny's just going, "What the fuck is this? God damn it! What is going on?" Like, when we watched the X-rated cut, Home says it's just to hammer home the fact that Bubby is attracted to music and song. It is, but it's unnecessary edit. Yeah, the part with the violin and the dark, the lynch scene. Yeah,
I could see that. And I guess I could bring this up now. There was 32 directors of photography. 32 different directors of photography. So every scene, remember, because I think Brad was mentioning it to me, he's like, this feels like a bunch of different fucking movies.
Yeah.
It basically is. You got different cinematographers and shit.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, it's just hammer that home. Hall notes. This is one of my questions. Did the art gallery guy rape Bubby? I don't think that guy raped Bubby. But,
probably not.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. I mean,
and if he did rape him, why wouldn't it show it? Because it shows every fucking thing else. We got
they were looking like he was looking like
with his mother.
He was looking like fucking Don Johnson on Miami Vice.
Yeah, that guy, like that. I think that could be a Lynch thing where, like, that guy represents something else. I don't know, but it was weird. Yeah, Flipper is sad. I don't know this. Like, it's gonna make me sound like some rich asshole. But I've been sailing many, many times, and you go sailing. Every time you go sailing, you see hundreds of dolphins. I don't give a fuck where you are. They're everywhere. It's like one of the most common fish in the fucking sea.
Yeah, I don't.
Porpoise, whatever you call it. I would eat dolphin. That's how often you see them when you're out there. I
mean, think about how many cats there are in the fucking world.
Yeah, cats, dolphins. I bet it's the same number. I mean, really.
Listen, they're the deer of the ocean. Okay,
probably the deer of the ocean. That's a good way to put it.
They're the deer of the ocean.
Yeah. I probably still would never kill one, but
I don't never kill one. What's that movie? Mark Wahlberg, the big hit. His partner says, "I'm gonna go sailing on my boat, see some dolphins, maybe shoot a couple. I don't know." Because they just swim right up next to your boat. They'll swim right along the wake of your boat.
Dirk, let's reserve judgment until we actually try some dolphins.
Try some dolphins.
Maybe they taste delicious.
I'm just saying I wouldn't go out of my way.
Probably brain food.
I would. I'm not gonna turn nothing down. I mean,
but if they taste delicious, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
He's gator down there. I mean, he'll eat fucking dolphin. It's got to be good. It's probably it has to taste like tuna because they get caught in the tuna nets and end up getting processed.
That's what they say.
Tuna.
Yeah.
So, I said, I think maybe dolphin. I want the dolphin with the most tuna in it. So, give me some brain power.
It might be kind of pricey.
Craig, we were just talking about your.
We just went totally National Geographic here now.
Yeah, Craig, good to see you. We were just talking about your mock sobriety earlier on.
Yeah,
he's 35 years old. He's been sober 20 years. Hall Notes saying yes to Craig. Tony saying hi to Craig. Hall Notes, I think that stuff is super high in mercury. Yeah, the big fish in the sea. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you don't want to eat too much seafood all the time or whatever, but it's fine, here and there. I mean,
Hall Notes, I'm sure Gizmo has seen the Cove.
Yeah, that's one tribe. Not tribe. What do you call it? Like different species? Is that in dolphin? It's many different kinds.
Right.
And I believe it's dolphins in the Cove, or it was sharks. I don't actually remember if it was dolphins or sharks. But what they are doing there is just chopping off their like fins or what you call it, so that's really terrible.
Yeah, you won't find a shark movie that Gizmo hasn't seen.
No, this is a documentary.
Oh, documentary.
Yeah.
So the art gallery guy gets him clothes, lets him sleep there, and then takes him to a nice restaurant where he comes onto this ginger woman with big tits. He's obsessed with tits, pizza, cats.
Not
He ends
just
up
any
in
kind of
jail.
tits.
Yeah, it
Gotta
has to
be
be a specific large-titted woman like his mother.
Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. And he
Beautiful.
ends up in jail because he won't leave her alone.
Those
Yeah.
were fantastic tits. Yeah, they were. I mean, they're big. I'm a tit guy, so I'm all for it.
So in his cell, Bubby seems to revert back to the way he was at the beginning in his mom's apartment, looking for roaches. When a prison guard or somebody, it looks like a prison guard, tries
Yeah, he's a
to
jailer.
basically fuck him. Basically tries to fuck him, it seems like. Which,
Jailer's telling him he's lonely and shit, and
yeah, he needs a
he's
friend.
all like, "Get the fuck out of here," kind of shit.
Yeah.
What does Bubby
So
say to
that
him?
didn't go
He
over
says
well.
something to him. He's like, "No, I ain't with that."
Can I just stop you a little bit, Brad? I just want to say this. We are 1 hour out in the film now.
Mhm.
And it's a 2 hours film. And you have already told us a fucking TV series.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's very dense, and for a guy that can barely talk, he's very dense. And he tells the jailer to fuck off, basically, or get fucked. I can't remember what he
something like that.
says. That night, a band playing bagpipes in Scottish clothes marches through the jail, blaring their bagpipes. They put Bubby in with this naked, greasy man covered in dirt.
Yeah.
Bubby says to him, "Me be Bubby.
Yeah.
I'm the cling wrap killer."
Right.
And then the man proceeds to rape Bubby.
Yeah. No
Right there in
talking.
prison.
You know. Just get right
And
down
then
to
I
it.
finished the movie from there. I still watched the rest of it. I don't know how everybody made it all the way through, but okay. So then they decide to let Bubby out. Bubby again on the streets finds
He's
a church.
rehabilitated.
This is the weirdest, most Lynch part of the movie. He finds a church where he's talking to the organ player, who takes Bubby to a power plant and then gives him this giant speech about existentialism.
Anti-God speech.
Well, existentialism, where it's the idea where you think if there's no God, no me, no you, that kind of thing, all that bullshit. And he says
this whole movie was very
anti-God. That's how I got. I got bad.
No,
vibes.
I got this. I got the same thing. Yeah, it was very, very.
Damn, this kind of on the nose, ain't it? Because it starts with the mom, and then then you go to that scientist dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'll mention it later.
Well, maybe
it's all
guy was maybe I think it's also maybe like a mother in Darren Aronofsky's Mother type thing, where he's like going through, he's meeting different people like that faggy art guy, whatever his name was. Gives him the clothes and he's real nice to him, and he's got like kind of a real weird look about him. Maybe he's like an apostle or something. I don't know. This director had some kind of weird thing going here, but he says we are all architects of our own existence. We make beautiful music.
Oh yeah.
We should damn God out of existence.
Right.
Fuck you, God. Bubby understands nothing, of course. He says, take responsibility for who you are. And then a long shot of the power plant just buzzing along.
Yeah, talking about atoms and particles, and we don't really.
Yeah, he goes, a huge speech again about.
It's like, damn.
Existential, like he just explains it to this guy for no reason, but again, David Lynch type stuff.
Well, he told the guy when he's listening to the guy play the organ, he says it out loud. He says, "Jesus gonna beat me brainless."
Yep.
And then he says, "Come with me" or some shit. And then they go,
because he did so much wrong, all that murder and stuff.
Right.
Bubby walks the streets again, of course, which he's done a million times, where he sees another woman with big tits and assaults her.
Yeah.
He gets his ass kicked by a bunch of broads. Gets stomped out. Then he heads back to his mother's apartment, where he sobs over his dead mother's chalk outline, and he says, "You be right, Mom. Like, you were right about the world being poisonous and all that stuff." It's all very poetic.
Right.
Very high. This is very high art. This should have been a Criterion. He dresses like his father in the priest outfit, and again goes to a restaurant,
which is
for
confusing
pizza.
to me. So, because I thought he was a priest, but I guess some preachers wear collars like that. I don't know. That confused the shit out of me, though. So,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
always
sure.
considered a priest to wear that collar,
Yeah, Catholic priest.
right. But anyway, maybe it's just
Gizmo, explain it to us. Tell us how does that
what's
work?
going on here, Gizmo?
With the collar. I don't know. Maybe it was a costume. I don't know what that guy was doing. That guy was clearly not a priest.
He was a con artist for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just trying to line his pocket.
He's probably a grifter,
Oh, yeah.
So he gets his pizza. He continues on the streets. He finds a cat, and he plays with the cat. He continues to wander. He gets dragged into a bar with the band playing, the same band from earlier. And of course, Bubby becomes the new lead singer. And everybody loves his insane spoken word vocals for whatever reason. The band wants to keep him as their lead singer. Sure.
Yeah.
Bubby says he's Pop now, and not Bubby. He leaves. They give him a note to give to somebody to bring him back, and they say they will pay them to bring him back, whenever.
Yeah, Pop get pizza for cat.
Yeah. Let's see. Craig says 13 years sober from alcohol, 0 hours sober from cups. There you go.
Damn. Awesome, man.
13 years. Yeah. So he's 33. So 20. He was 20 years old when he hit rock bottom. He was 20 and said, "Listen, I got to get into the 12 steps. I got to get my life back."
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up.
Hall Notes, the guy on the night shift is lonely and wanted to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
I bet he wanted to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Hall Notes, they showed only Bubby's face during the prison love scene. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, it's I don't know why Bubby didn't fight back.
Bubby shows no fucking emotions when he's getting pounded by this dude.
Yeah.
Holland says, I agree. It should be a criterion. Absolutely. Holland notes, I think the father is a con man conning people for the money. That's what the outfit is. Yeah, it's got to be. Well, he's probably panhandling,
Right. He's an alcoholic. Bad.
Yeah. Holland notes, it's very funny when they clapped at Bubby's ramblings. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. I guess the music scene in Australia is just not that strong.
This is kind of like they're looking at it like some kind of crazy ass new wave shit or something. I don't know. That's the vibe I got.
I got like punk band, vibes from they kind of remind me of those punk bands that you'd see like over in the UK and shit like that. Like there's like a whole punk scene, and stuff they reminded me of that type of band or whatever, that punk.
It don't have to make sense. None of the shit he's saying. It makes sense to Bubby because he's, just repeating shit that he fucking heard from other people. But none of these people fucking know what he's talking about. But they're all fucked up, and they're like, hell yeah.
Spoken word. It's like spoken word type shit.
Well, and then when they start, we haven't gotten there quite yet, but when they start dressing, when they put the masks on and the whole outfit and they're singing and all that stuff or whatever. Yeah.
So Bubby's new cat he found earlier, he has been killed by some teenagers. Sedated. It was sedated, not killed. He sits in the park with his dead cat and some severely disabled people roll by.
Yeah.
And talk to Bubby.
Yeah.
These are the most crippled people I've ever seen in my life.
They're real. They're real. They really are.
Yeah. They're totally real. And I'm just going.
He can understand them.
just when this movie can't get more inappropriate and like ridiculous, bring in the real cripples,
Yeah.
and only Bubby can communicate with them.
Yeah, he understands every word.
Yep. So they talk to Bubby, and the caretakers decide to take him in because the disabled people love him and he can communicate with them. They can't really decide what he is, if he's got something wrong with them. Of course, the redhead that's into him for whatever reason is just like, oh, he's not retarded or anything.
I think she's fucking thrown off a little bit, right?
She's like, he's not retarded. He's just confused. He's just a little boy. And
then she fucks him.
This is a grown-ass woman, by the way. It's a grown-ass woman. She takes care of disabled people all the time, and she ends up dating a disabled person, but whatever.
And what does he say? He wants to do something. He says, me Pop, not Bubby.
Yeah, he's Pop now.
Giving him a bath.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But they're giving it a reason later on, Brad. So it's a reason why she's fucked up too.
Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It makes a little bit more sense than
a little bit more
right here. Right.
But then that's when my other point will come back too.
So this is the first time he stays. He legitimately stays with these people, and he seems to have kind of a place here.
Yeah.
It's the same big tit ginger broad from earlier that he ended up in jail over, working at the facility. She now is bathing Bubby. She's just standing there fucking naked, and she's washing him. He says he wants to see her tits, and she shows him.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Because she wants to hear from Bubby.
Yeah. And they have this conversation back and forth, and I'm like, I'm not even going to entertain this. It's ridiculous. Back with the cripples, they massage them on the floor, they hug them, they lay on the floor with them, tell them a story about some kind of secret fucking garden or whatever. It's so fucking bizarre.
Everybody's
they're like petting them
in this garden, and
they're petting them and stuff, and they're like really
fondling them.
It's ridiculous. And I'm sure that's probably normal. I don't know that's a normal care thing for these kind of people, but I'm just like, God, we should never see this. I mean, these people it's
right.
I hope they got paid well.
Oh yeah.
No, they didn't. I'm sure they didn't.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking bizarre. I mean, even for a Gizmo movie, this is bizarre. I mean, it's the most unsettling part of the movie, I thought, when they're cuddling with all these disabled people. It's really strange.
And I think it was so freaky when Bobby is like stroking that woman's hand, and he's just smiling to her all the time.
Yeah.
He's like trying to straighten her fucking crooked arm out.
Yeah.
And he's trying to straighten her arm out and like trying to like massage her and
But Anthony, you said that they were real, but is the black guy or girl, is that also a real person? Because like a real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
real.
People in the film were all real. Yeah, they weren't actors. They were all real.
Because I was thinking, damn, that person is overacting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good night, everybody.
Right. And this will be the last. Christ. What the fuck is this? YouTube is gonna shut this shit down.
But ripping cords out of walls.
Yeah.
So the most disabled person of all of them wants Bubby to stay with her.
Yeah.
And she's like smiling and she's like communicating that like she wants to have sex with Bubby.
Oh yeah.
And thank Christ that does not happen. Right. As I'm watching this, I'm just going, Jesus, he's gonna fuck this cripple now.
Yeah.
It's gonna show it, and there's only so much I can take. So back to Bubby and the band. People are loving the band now, by the way. That band, earlier they couldn't sell one ticket. Now it's sold out. Bubby is singing. He's acting disabled on stage like the people he was living with.
Or like Mick Jagger.
Or like Mick Jagger, exactly. The caretaker of the disabled people somehow starts dating Bubby, who they believe is also somewhat disabled or has issues.
That's what I thought.
She takes him to meet her parents, and we get a little bit more clarity on the whole issue. Her parents are like these horrible people who constantly shit on her about being overweight and a whore and all this stuff. It's just,
dude, these are like the worst parents I've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so they bring that shit back again, where these Christian people, are fucking like, God thinks fat people are abomination. It's like,
who's saying like I'm disgusted by fat people and all this stuff? And he's like,
it's so gross.
They're eating like this. They're eating this giant fish.
Yeah.
And all that's left is the fucking head. It's just bizarre. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why I had to watch this.
Yeah.
At this point. Hall Note says, like Brad said, it's some spoken word slam poetry. Yeah. Which I thought that's what the director was making fun of. Yeah, maybe he was making fun of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So Hall Notes, this was my favorite part of the movie at the facility. It's a homage to Basket Case 2. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I don't think this director ever have seen Basket Case.
Basket Case 2, I believe, is 1992.
Yeah, but this director is really, like art house kind of dude. Yeah.
Are you trying to say Basket Case 2 is an art? The
Yeah,
works
it's
of
art.
Frank Henenlotter are not art?
Yeah.
How dare you?
If that's not art house, I don't know what it is. It's for Bubby, not for Pop.
Yeah. All Notes Gizmo is asking if the black guy is real. Well, time to start a new channel, Brad. Yep. Number 3, third time's a charm.
I said he was overacting.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well, Bubby acts like them too when he's performing.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw that, man. He's acting like the disabled people on stage.
He starts doing the
he's doing the crippled hand thing. It's just like Jesus.
That's why I said Mick Jagger, because he's also doing it.
Yeah. So that's why, like, this director sought out, let's offend every fucking body that we can, in a way,
In bad taste, all of it. Yeah. After the horrible dinner with their parents, they take a walk. They go and they stand, and there's this nice imagery of it. I don't even remember if there was dialogue. But at this point,
they're talking about the environment, and she's saying that the fucking parents are gonna die anyway. She gives him she's the better version of his mom.
Yeah,
she even fucking lies better. She's saying that all her parents had all these ailments and they were gonna die anyway, and all this shit because he convinced her. He's gonna wrap their fucking head with the cling wrap.
Yeah, he was talking about the cling wrapping. I don't remember right, but yeah,
he gets her at the end.
So after that, they're together now, for real. Then back to the band, where a band member is like singing this weird song, and he's talking about all this shit, and it's all a point he's trying to make. Where Bubby says he's the cling wrap killer. He says, let's leave that behind. Leave all that stuff behind. We're about to make the big time. We're about to make the big bucks. Forget about all this murder stuff.
Don't bring that shit up anymore.
Don't bring it up ever again.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, he just says, okay, yeah, he's just into it. Then on to the gig. He's murdered 2 people at this point. Then on to the gig where Bubby has ravenous fans. They're in gas masks, priest collars. He's on stage doing wild shit with the stuffed cats and blow-up dolls. It's totally retarded, the whole thing. And the band members, they all got fucking plastic wrap around their heads.
Yeah. Yeah, looking like the Collector and shit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But a cling wrap.
They're a big hit. The band's a huge hit.
Oh yeah, they're like
Bubby and the ginger caretaker woman have their first child together in a strangely graphic scene.
Yeah, she got her legs kicked up like And
I did not need to see that woman like that.
Yes,
people
you
were
did,
holding her
Brad.
legs and
Could have gone the rest of my life without seeing that, to be honest
Yes,
with you.
you did.
yeah. At least they didn't show the crowning or nothing. You know.
With this movie, I really when that started to happen, I went, I clutched my shit together like this, like an old lady. Like, God, what's next with this? And is the baby going to come out human?
Yeah.
You know, is it going to come out something else?
It's gonna come out a cat.
Fucking the fly from Cronenberg
The
or
cat
something.
gonna pop out of there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
a
thing around.
cat, exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be a fucking Sleepwalkers or something.
Yeah.
So then after the baby is born, it cuts to them living together in this industrial park. Trash trucks are going by, all to the power plant. And they're 2 children and they're playing in the garden together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And then thankfully
see-
the credits roll.
But see, so Bubby didn't have his own voice until the end of the movie. Then he finally gets his own voice because he starts making decisions on his own and shit.
Yeah.
Well, he made decisions at the beginning, but he didn't have his own voice. He mimicked everybody else's shit.
Yeah.
But like the groupie chicks, he's like, you know, they don't have angel tits. So that wasn't something.
They're not his chick that looks like his mom.
Yeah.
You know, he's not interested in them.
Like I said, she's the better version of his mother. She even lies better. Like her lies are even sound better. You know,
They're nicer. They're nicer lies.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. All it says Bubby is doing the Thriller. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah. But that's the movie, and it was an experience. It was a journey. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's highly rewatchable.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's full. It's
Sure
full of metaphors and
Yeah.
dreamlike sequences. You know.
Oh yeah. I don't even know. Either. Is it a dream? There's some stuff in there that could have been a dream, but
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Is it a dream?
Yeah. Like the regular vanilla sky, this movie. I mean,
yeah.
it's just art
But like I said, the 32 different directors of photography had an effect because that whole first act in that fucking one room, that's just one. That's the main director, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Vanilla Sky whenever you guys are.
Yeah.
I watched that not long ago, man, and it did not fucking hold up. I don't know what it was.
The shit with Cameron Diaz is frightening. That's like my worst nightmare coming true.
Yeah.
This is why you don't let women
the
go
end,
to you.
and I watched the alternate endings and shit, and it's not what I remembered, but I don't know.
I don't remember it being ambiguous at all. Like I think it's pretty well explained that, you know, he is in that dream, like he's been sedated, and they come to him and explain, you got enough money to last this amount of time or you can come out of it.
Right.
You know. And then I don't remember what happens after that. That was one of those movies that was on everybody's, you know, it's one of like the 6 movies that was on everybody's shelf, like in my college years, you know, Requiem for a Dream.
I remember when it came out. I liked it. Yeah.
You know,
when it came out, I liked the movie, but I recently watched it a few months ago, and it just did not fucking hold up for some
it's not ambiguous enough for Dirk.
Well,
It's not there.
It's like that bullshit.
Not
What is that
everything's
fucking
gotta
movie? He's straight spinning the dreidel. The Christopher Nolan movie. What's that called?
Oh, the Inception.
It's like that bullshit Inception Dirk's always bitching about. What is that?
Fucking.
Yeah,
that's a bit much, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
he just makes his fucking shit as complex as possible. And that's when it's too much, you know, in my opinion. But
Bad Boy Bubby could have been a really perfect origin story for a Joker.
For a Joker?
Yeah. Joker movie.
Okay.
If you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, you could go that route. Yeah.
He would have been scary as fuck as well, at least.
Right.
Yeah. It tackles mental illness, it tackles poverty, it tackles like economic status, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I can see it.
I think it's a big kind of like environmental. He has a big environmental overture type thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
everything. It's religion.
And I mean, like I said,
everything.
it's got a big anti-hate God thing, but I still like the movie. Still didn't take me. It didn't make me stop watching it. You know.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of messages. There's a lot of messaging in this. Ton. I mean, you know, that's not like a negative thing. I'm just saying there's a lot of messaging in it for sure.
I watched it twice, and I gotta admit though, I think I liked it better the first time on the first watch.
There you go. Gizmo, out of 10, what would you give Bad Boy Bubby?
I would give it 9 out of a 10. I think it's a perfect kind of on the road movie in a way where you as an audience are just following a character through his journey, and you never know what's going to happen because the movie is pushing it all the time. Everybody is saying that the worst part is in the beginning, and I can kind of agree with that, but it happens so much after that also. So it's it's a
so I mean, the first 20 minutes are pretty hard. You know, I gotta admit, but I mean, we've seen so much shit though at this point. I mean,
yeah,
what are you doing?
That was dark. It was dark even for me, that first act. But I didn't think the movie was gonna. I thought he would get out at the very end or something like that.
Yeah.
But what do you think the movie's about, Gizmo?
I think it's about identity, finding yourself, as Dirk was talking about. I think it's like because. And also another thing that we haven't spoke about that I think is interesting is that every person he meets on his way is kind of dark also, except the ones that are kind of like him. Because everybody is, I believe in every character actually in the film, because everybody is kind of has their flaws and are a little bit cynical.
One thing, like the band, we didn't bring up about the band. In the paper, it says that there's a cling wrap killer. And they know he's the fucking cling wrap killer. Yeah. And they don't turn his ass in for the 50
Even
grand.
though there's a $50,000 reward for him, they don't turn him in.
And they're broke as fuck. You know?
Yeah, but they were thinking about themselves. They
thought that they were going to make a lot more than $50,000 with him as the lead singer.
In the ending.
But he wasn't even, he hadn't sung yet though, right?
No. But in the ending, I was thinking.
I thought that was kind of interesting though, how they.
Yeah, but plus they're punks. They're punks, so they're like anti-government,
So they're not gonna. They're like fuck the police kind of shit.
Right. Yeah. So they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not going that route.
But I really dig that scene, you know, with when the two broads, the two groupies are in the room.
Yeah.
And he's just you talked about it, Dirk, when he's looking at their tits. No, they are not my mama's tits.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that scene because it's just a short scene and it tells so much about him.
Yeah. Because he's like he's in love with the angel.
Yeah.
You know. So,
yeah.
And those chicks were pretty hot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And he's like, fuck this.
Say what you want about Bubby, but he gets ass, man. He gets a lot of ass in this movie.
Yeah, he gets laid about 6 times in the movie.
And he passes on
some guys, some girls.
Oh, you didn't talk about the love triangle between him and Rachel, the cerebral palsy girl, and Angel. And
I did.
They had that moment where they're crying and shit, and he's holding her.
Yeah. When he picked her up, I went, Jesus God, no. No.
Yeah.
Brad almost threw his remote through his television.
You didn't tear up, man?
I didn't think it was going anywhere good. I thought, is he fucking taking her to the kitchen to put the fucking the cling wrap on her? Is he taking her to the bed to put the pipe on her? I mean, what is he doing?
Right.
Put that person down.
Yeah.
Brad was praying at that point that the bat would just swoop in and like bite him in the throat right when that moment just so we could stop watching the movie.
I was
over here
like,
I'm gonna cancel this
I did feel kind of awkward though. I was like, is he holding her right, man? Is she gonna fucking her neck gonna snap or something? You know,
It's gonna be like
That
a.
poor person is probably thinking, God, I hope he's holding me wrong, so my neck breaks.
Is it gonna be like
You know, like let me
Yeah.
out of this prison, this body. I mean, it is just like, good God, you can't put people like that in movies anymore. That's not a thing. You can't parade them out like that.
No, there's no way.
Jesus Christ. And when they roll up and he's sitting there and he's got his dead cat laying there and he's all sad in the park and they roll up on him, I'm going, what now? Jesus Christ. Like, does it have to be those people?
But he only did one bad thing through the entire movie. If you look at it, it's when he killed the parents of the girl.
Well, even killing the parents, he didn't think he was killing them.
No. But yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, he was. Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Well,
What is
maybe he did think he was killing them. I don't really, you know.
But he
killed
was
the
angry
cat.
at them, and he
He
wanted
knew
to do
the
it.
cat was dead from it.
Oh, he knew he was killing his parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knew
yeah,
he was killing them.
Yeah,
'cause
at
I
that
felt
point,
like-
he knew what he was doing. Yeah,
I felt like because he felt betrayed because she was fucking lying to him. You know.
Yeah.
You're talking about his parents, right? His parents.
Okay, so you're talking about her parents.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He. I feel like he killed them motherfuckers too, man, because he didn't like the way they were
Yeah.
treating him.
But that he killed his mother and his father, I don't see that as a bad thing. Because think
Yeah.
about the only evil person in this film, like really evil, is his mother.
Yeah.
They're pretty evil too. Angel's
Yeah.
parents,
Their parents. Yeah.
yeah.
but they're posing like they're like some high and mighty type people, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But the most evil person in the film is his mother, without a doubt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
definitely.
no doubt about it. The
Yeah.
dad's pretty fucked too.
Yeah.
Shit.
But he
Wow.
has such a strange character because I couldn't figure him out. I've seen the movie many times, but he was he a drunk or was he? What was he?
He's
was
just
like-
a piece of shit, man. That's what I got from it. Like he's just some piece
Yeah.
of shit, con artist, bum, you know, selfish piece of shit. You know,
No.
that's what I get
Well,
from it.
because I think there was only one point in the film where I thought it might have all been in Bubby's head. Well, what point was that? Because I thought maybe some of it. I don't know. He gets cleaned up.
I gotta
by
say,
the-
I gotta say,
you know,
this
that
kick,
guy.
this kick's drop dead. Drop dead
Drop
Fred
Dead Fred.
kicks its fucking ass all over the place.
Holland says I can't give this a 6, probably a 5, 5.5. Holland Oaks, they hate pigs. That's why they don't turn them in. That could be, like I said, the punk thing.
Yeah, because the cop beat. He's hissing at the cop. What did he say to the cop? He said some shit to the cop. He
said the same as the guys told him in the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah,
poofter.
get fucked
Oh, no,
or something. I
poofter
don't
or
remember. And the cop punches him in the stomach.
Yeah.
They called him some gay words.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hall Notes, they picked him up because he got beat by the cop. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Hall Notes, ASPCA in the arms of an angel. Oh, yeah.
Bad. Oh, no. You're in the arms of the. Yeah.
Hall Notes, I thought Angel killed her parents. They yell at Bubby to leave, and Angel doesn't go with him because she didn't want him to see her do it. That's possible.
No, he picked up the cling wrap though.
Yeah.
He goes back to like his little where he's sleeping with the cat.
Yeah, he picks it up off the trash
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yep.
Hall Notes, it was the violin scene where she blows him a kiss, very dreamlike. So maybe the scene wasn't unnecessary. Yeah, maybe it does point to it being a dream. Hall Notes, Greeny Poofter is what he called the cop, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. They got some funny slangs, man. It's I guess that's gonna be anywhere. Everywhere's got their own shit.
The movie felt so 70s. I think it felt like it could have been shot during the 70s.
Well, the 90s, yeah. I mean, a lot of that stuff.
No, I'm thinking about making the film, like the storyline, because 70s they used to have this arc you follow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dirk, out of 10, what would you give Bad Boy Bubby?
I'll give it a solid 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
What do you think the movie's about? You think it's the finding yourself thing, or?
I think it's discovery, and also there's a big question. Now, was he really like autistic or retarded, or did she make him that way?
I don't think. I just think he was. I think he was ignorant. He just. I don't think he knew anything.
But
He
he's
was
got intelligence
developmentally challenged.
he's got intelligence because his memorization is fucking
Well,
awesome.
if you're locked in a room for 35 years, what are you gonna know when they let you out?
He's like a kid. He's learning everything.
He remembers every word from everybody all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody could do that type of shit. So he's kind of like Rain Man in a sense. He's like autistic. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think it's all about he didn't have a true voice of his own. And then he finally finds his damn way, man. Comes out of his shell and has a fucking happy ever after fucking family.
Yeah.
With his angel mom.
Yeah. Comes out of his shell, gets a lot of ass, gives some ass.
Yeah.
He gets busy, you know.
Cherry pie.
Anthony, out of 10, what would you give this movie?
You know, man, I'm gonna go with a 5 out of 10 for me.
This is Anthony's type of movie. This all kind of superhero shit, and you know.
No, I like a lot of weird shit. I mean, I liked, I gave Cronenberg's, Crimes of the Future, a good score. I gave Titanic a good score. I like weird shit. This just isn't. I'm not a big drama guy. I'm not a big drama movie guy. It's just not my.
This felt like a comedy to me.
It's a comedy. It's definitely a comedy.
I was laughing my ass off. Like,
it's a drama comedy, but it's to me this is like it's like a coming of age story, really. I mean, it's him learning all these things, leaving his house, going adventuring out into the real world. Then to me it's just a coming of age story, really. And then it's just got
he's got a lot he's just flooded with all the shit at one time.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. Yeah, and it's got a lot of political messaging in it as well, like a lot of stuff about religion, a lot of stuff about the environment, a lot about, like I said, economic status and mental illness. There's a lot of messaging in this. Like, it's all over the place. It's just not my type of movie. That's why I'm giving it a 5. It's not that it's well directed. It's a it's an interesting story. It's different. It's not, and the acting's really good. I think he does a great job and everything. It's just not, for me, like subjectively, like looking at just for me, it's just not my type. I wouldn't go back and rewatch this. It's just not my type of movie. So that's just me though.
I got you. Yeah, I'll watch it again, but it ain't gonna be like I just watched it twice, so gotta give it some time, maybe a week or so. I'll watch it again.
Maybe a week.
Dirk, if you see it again, you should check it out. The second time I saw it at a festival, and it was a double screening with the Old Boy first, and then this one, and it was really fun because you can see similarity between those two films.
I still need to watch Old Boy. I haven't watched Old Boy yet.
It's a great film, really great film.
I've heard that from a lot of people, but I just never got around to it. I
like the Spike Lee remake of Old Boy.
What is it? Spike Lee
remade Old Boy. Spike Lee remade it with Josh Brolin.
Oh, I didn't know that was a Spike Lee film. I knew it was remade. I didn't realize Spike Lee did it. That's interesting. Okay,
I never seen that.
The character, the villain in it is played by the guy from District 9. The lead from District 9 plays the villain.
Okay.
That guy's good, man. I like that actor.
He's really, really good in this. The remake's batshit. I mean, it's not the same quality at all of the original, but the remake is a lot of fun. I found it to be a lot of fun when he's eating the fucking dumplings and everything. Anyway.
So you've seen the original?
I've seen both, yeah.
Okay. And you like the original or no?
I like them both. I think the remake's way more rewatchable.
Okay.
Because it's fucking insane. Retarded and awesome. Samuel Jackson, Josh Brolin, and then the guy from District 9 are they star in the remake.
So, Brad, what do you think? For you, what's the film about, and what would you give it 1 out of 10?
I think it's about a retard locked in his parents' apartment, tortures cats and stuff. I didn't get anything from it other than it's a 5 out of 10, a one-time watch for me.
Yeah.
It was funny, but
Yeah.
it was so bizarre that I don't even know like that. Nothing really makes me uncomfortable, but those disabled people, just them being on screen with this man and what he's capable of, like just like these helpless, like they're like slugs out of their shell, these people. And it's just like, I'm just going, this is just so off-putting. I don't even want to watch this again. I don't want to be like, I can't even, all the things that are running through my mind when I'm watching it, I'm like, what is he going to do to these cripples now? You know, is he going to saran wrap these cripples? Is he going to fuck these cripples?
I never felt that way. Because he didn't know any better with the cling wrap.
Yeah, but the cripple is like asking him for stuff, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Yeah,
like you can convince him to do anything. He's that kind of guy. You can convince him to do anything. You tell him to go rob somebody, he's going to go rob somebody. I mean, he's just, I don't know. I don't think I don't plan on watching it again. I know Gizmo loves this movie. It just did not do.
You know who else loves this movie?
I don't know.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, well, there you go. Anytime I see Quentin Tarantino loves it, it almost never works out.
Yeah. It makes sense though, because this is his type of shit, man. Cult exploitation type. This is like, I can't compare this to another movie though.
No, that's what I was going to say now. I don't think there are any movies you can like.
I will say that about it. Yeah.
No, it's definitely unique for sure. I mean, it is. It's a unique film. Yeah. It's
the only movie I could compare it to was Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
That kind of story.
Yeah. Except it came before it. So Forrest Gump robbed Bad Boy Bubby. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, but think about it. Me, Dirk, and Brad was thinking Forrest Gump with this film.
Yeah.
So that's saying something.
And Anthony was just thank God it's over.
Yeah. It was
thank
one
God
of those movies where I'm just like, good Lord. Like, I just don't think they could do anything else. I think they've tackled every subject. They've done everything they can do. I'm like, okay, it's done, right? It's like, because the movie's 2 hours long too. So it's like,
it's an hour 53. Come on. It's an hour.
It's a dense fucking movie, man. It's
very dense. Can I just say something like about what I think it's really good with the film? Is that it goes into every subject, like you say, Anthony, about like almost the worst thing you can think about, right?
Yeah.
But I think it still managed to keep kind of, it's cool by doing that. It never pushes the line in any way, like, like movies we are used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always keeping it, like Brad say, what the fuck is going to happen now?
Right.
Kind of keeping it back a little bit all the time.
It's got a wide range of emotion that it makes you feel when you're watching the shit. That's why I think I appreciated it, because I was like, all right, this motherfucker is making me very fucking uneasy in the beginning.
This is definitely one of those movies that will never be made again. Could never be made today. Would never be made, ever again.
No, definitely not. Not a chance.
Bygone era.
And tomorrow you hear Steven Spielberg is remaking Bad Boy Bubby.
Yeah.
Not this.
I'd love to see that.
Not this version. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Bad Boy Forrest, and a Bad Boy Gump.
Right. Not even Spielberg can get away with doing what this movie did. I don't care how many favors he pulls.
Would this be your favorite Australian film or no?
That's really hard. I love a lot of Australian films, so it's hard to take it right now. Maybe, but there are many. I know Mad Max 2 is probably over this one if I'm going to pick.
Okay.
Those are pretty similar,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Same kind of hero's journey.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
one thing I didn't say that the way they did the sound design,
Yeah,
they
that's
put
really
two
cool.
microphones. They put a microphone on each side of his wig, so all the sound you experience it like he experiences it.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet it was probably better in the theater to watch it that way.
Mm.
Yeah, but the interview I saw with the director that lasts for 2 hours, it's on YouTube. It's really interesting. That's the only screening they ever had with this film where they actually did that kind of sound mix with the two mics in the hair.
Yeah, right. It was an experiment. Like this whole movie was a big experiment. It took like 3 years to make it, I think. But also, what the hell else was it? Shit, I had a mind blank. Fuck.
But I always found it interesting when really, like, I hate the word, but important directors like Paul Verhoeven, as I always talk about, but
sure.
important
We love
directors.
Paul Verhoeven. We'll watch Paul Verhoeven all day over here.
Yeah, but you gotta see Paul Verhoeven's European films. They are also pretty drama and really dry out. I like them, but they are really drama films.
Oh, okay.
So he was
sci-fi horror more, I guess, that whole angle. But maybe I'd like his dramas. You never know.
Yeah, but the thing, when he got the job on RoboCop, it was actually because he did, the Flesh and Blood film before, and that flopped really bad. But he was like the last in the line that got asked about RoboCop because he is an art house director. He is not like a genre film director. But when he got money to make a genre film, it's great. And that's what I think with this film also. It's great. It's like something new. You have never experienced it before. And yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah. I'm always looking to try new movies out I've never heard of. They sound interesting. And I'm always, mining for these. So this is one I was excited to check it out. And it just doesn't always work out. I was entertained for sure, but it's not something I can see rewatching.
Well, I'll say this. It's definitely an experience that none will ever forget.
Yeah. Yeah. No matter how much therapy you get, you'll never forget Bad Boy Bubby. Hall Notes says, wow, Anthony, no B minus. Says Anthony says, or Holland says, coming of age. Yes, Anthony, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hall Notes, I'm gonna go eat some stale bread with some sugar and hot milk. Yeah.
I hate that scene.
Oh,
that is pretty fucked up.
Hall Notes, Bubby, Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's intellectual theft. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Bad Boy Bubby, Good Guy Gump, dualism. Alan says, what's up, guys? Going to catch the replay.
What's up, Alan?
You can skip it.
Yeah, man.
What's going on,
I'm
Alan?
surprised you didn't like this one, Alan.
Yeah. Alan was going to be on this stream, but he had anything else to do.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of tits in the film, though.
There are.
Yeah. Some bad ones.
Thursday around 9. Me, Gizmo, Tommy Star, Alan, Tony. I mean, there's like 10 guys going to be on that stream. Dirk, Anthony, you guys are invited too, but it's going to be it's going to be the top 3 physical media releases of 2022, and it's going to be a big stream with all the fucking Brian Goes Blue, all the goons.
Wow.
Gizmo's idea, but me and Alan were talking about it earlier today. Craig's going to be there.
Oh wow!
The whole fucking thing. So we're going to go through our top 3, and it's going to be a big year-end thing. And we're going to do it over on Alan's channel. Probably Tommy's channel too, and probably, I think, maybe Tony's channel. But,
how many people can you fit on StreamYard?
Well, you go to watch like some of these guys, they have
12,
like the fucking Brady Bunch. It's like 100 people on the stream, but
really?
Yeah, you can put a bunch on there. We only like to do like 4 or 5, maybe at most.
Yeah.
But this time it's just a year-end thing, and we're only doing top 3. So, hopefully everybody who can make it. I talked to UK Tony about it. He may be on the stream. It's just I talked to Jace. I mean, all sorts of guys, about it. So
Oh,
Thursday at 9:00. Because I know Tony's Basement Blues is confirmed. Craig, Tommy, Alan, me, Gizmo. I think UK Tony. I'm assuming Dirk, probably Anthony. It's just
Yeah.
it'll be a whole bunch of
that,
Brian probably, Ryan probably too, Dr. Ordinary.
Is that
So,
9 p.m. Eastern time, or is
yeah,
that 9 p.m.
yeah.
Eastern? Okay, cool. Yeah,
It's
that's
around. It's gonna be around 9. We haven't exactly hammered it out exactly yet, but it's gonna be around 9. Maybe a little earlier because Tony's gonna be on the streams. We want to do it a little earlier. UK
Yeah.
Tony too.
Get ready, guys. That's about to be like a fucking 12-hour stream or some crazy shit.
No, it'll be a top 3. It's going to be quicker. It's not going to be a long, deep dive in each movie. It's going to be more about.
Yeah.
It's going to be more about the release. Physical media releases of 2022.
Yeah.
Right. So
That'd
no
be a cool
dissertations about the film and.
Yeah.
No
Dirk limited to 1 page of notes.
No deep dives.
Yeah. We're gonna hold them up, talk about the release, talk about the movie a little bit.
Right.
Go on to the next one. That kind of
thing. You ought to have a timer. Fucking timer. Would not be bad idea. Fucking 1 minute, motherfucker.
Dirk, were there any like Eyes Wide Shut type movies that came out this year where your like third eye opens up and there's all sorts of
anything that grabbed me like Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
Hell no. No.
Yeah. I didn't think so.
Yeah. There's nothing like.
I don't think there's been anything ambiguous come out this year, really.
Maybe Crimes of the Future.
That's also, if you want to put it that far.
I really like it on a rewatch.
Men
too.
Yeah.
Men was just fuck, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
We'll say that first. That'll be a future stream.
Yeah, that one's coming. That
one's I'm gonna pick the next title. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still going through some stuff, some different titles, but we'll have a new title announced next week. Dirk will be picking something after me. I think it's going to be something from David Lynch or maybe Kubrick. It'd be shocking if it was a Kubrick.
No, man.
Dirk was just talking to me the other day. He was like, it's really ambiguous? 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
I went, oh, really? I said, you know what else is really ambiguous? The Shining.
Yeah.
Right. Just like, might as well just say every fucking Kubrick movie,
Right.
Kubrick channel.
Well, not all of them,
Yeah. They're all pretty ambiguous, really. I mean,
he's got some straightforward shit in his early films,
Yeah, before Lolita.
But yeah. But the sign of any great director is they can cover all genres, man. Like so many different, not just stick with one fucking style.
Yeah, and also they don't follow like a genre. That's the thing. Like their movies is not like pure horror or pure sci-fi or pure anything.
Because I could look at like at least two Kubrick movies. I could look at like horror movies. It's Space Odyssey and The Shining. A lot of people don't look at Space Odyssey like a horror, but
that's a horror film, man, with the AI and all that. David, yeah.
You're in space, fucking isolated, and fucking That's some creepy shit.
But anyway, this is all shit you're gonna see coming up. But I'm gonna pick a movie, and then Dirk's gonna pick something. And then,
I already know what I want. Like, well, I can say it if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. What is it?
Lost Highway, man. Let's do that.
It's a David Lynch movie.
Woo! Yes, I haven't seen it for a long time.
All right, The Lost Highway.
I got the 4K. I haven't watched the 4K yet, so that'll give me a reason.
But first, we got to drag our asses through Brad's film, and then
whatever I pick, that'll be the downer.
It's probably gonna be
something normal. After this fucking thing,
it's gonna be some
after this fucking thing, I'm gonna pick something as normal as possible. It's gonna be about some old lady cooking dinner, and just making apple pie and stuff. Like it'll be a cooking movie.
You can pick that cat and dog film you talked about, Brad, before we went live.
My Little Notice, yeah. Most bloody film in history.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody coming. I appreciate the guys. We're gonna run through the chat. You can find all their information in the whatever the hell it is, the description. Let's see. All notes, I don't need to watch men to shit all over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people praise that movie. Like I want to watch it again. But I watched it the first time and it didn't hit me at all. It got interesting at the end, but
at the end is when I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
God,
well, I'm talking about like the car chase thing where he's like trying to run her down with the car and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Hall Notes, already seen it and I'm not watching it again. Yeah. I don't know if he's talking about Men or Lost Highway.
I think he's probably talking about Men. I don't think Holland likes Men at all. So I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Holland has promised me he's going to watch a movie 3 times in a row. He knows what movie it is.
Oh yeah.
He's got to watch something 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
Damn.
he promised me today. Let's see if he answers or if he says something.
That'll make you hate a fucking movie.
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
I think he already hates the movie.
Especially if it's a Gizmo movie.
That's
what kind of
gonna
crazy
reinforce-
shit do you have him watch? What kind of crazy ass shit?
Men and Lost Highway I've never seen. Thanks, Dirk. Yeah, Lost
man, no
Highway, I
problem.
hear that's one of the better Lynch movies. I watch all the Lynch movies, and they just never, ever work for me, but I'll keep trying.
I'm
Yeah, you got
actually looking forward.
Marilyn Manson in that one. You got some Patricia Arquette, you know.
I'm kind of looking forward to the Lost Highway. I think that could be a fun one. I'm kind of
Carter
Robert Blake.
Interdiction was saying that he wanted, he requested Mulholland Drive. So I said, yeah, that's on the list. So that's another one that
Okay.
eventually will happen. So
That one's way. I mean, it's equally
fucking
ambiguous. It's equally as fucking
yeah.
as the Lost Highway. Because I mean, good luck trying to figure either one of those fuckers out. Like a clear, definitive cut answer.
I don't think
There's not-
Lynch knows it either.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah, he doesn't know. That guy, he's
And he's like,
I don't know how he gets that wig bolted down to his head every night, but anyway, that's another stream. We're going to end it, and we'll be back in a week or so with another blistering episode about some other fucked up piece of trash that we'll figure out what's going on with it. But
me
till
be
then,
pop now. Yeah. Well, if that's all there is, we're stuffed.